sure? Yes, sir? Okay.
I was just
Okay.
waiting for it to turn colors.
Okay. I'm going to call this meeting to order. And can we have the roll call, please?
I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
Director Jones. Director Judo.
Here.
Director Frankie.
Yes.
Director Fobb.
Here.
And Director Medrano.
Okay.
All present.
Can somebody hand me the sign-up sheet and we'll get going on the citizens' communications. Okay, we have a Carol Robigo.
Good evening.
You have 2 minutes.
Is this on?
Touch the button on the bottom.
Yeah.
Can you do my?
Thank you.
Can you do my?
I'm Carol Robigo. My husband Paul and I have lived in Anderson, Midwest since 1995. Over a decade ago, Paul was asked to serve on the Architectural Control Committee because of his expertise in commercial real estate, property management, and construction. After several years of serving on the Architectural Control Committee, Paul was asked to run for the Board of Directors. He served for 4 years. During his tenure, Paul focused on creating public spaces for all of our neighbors to enjoy. He was instrumental in developing the Astor Pass Pocket Park, supervising every stage of the development and construction of that park. He led the improvements in Anderson Mill West Park, making the space more usable by installing sunshades and new playscapes in the main play area. In addition, he helped to develop the Anderson Mill Road Pond Park near the Valente Hills neighborhood and assisted with developing the London Lane Dog Park. During Paul's tenure, the WTCMUD1 board was responsible for many improvements to the neighborhood, including increased security patrols, sidewalk leveling, water meter replacement program, and pet waste sanitation stations, making it easier for pet parents to pick up after their pets and keeping our neighborhood beautiful and sanitary. It is easy to see this where the experienced MUD board has carefully considered each dollar they spent on our behalf. Every one of these projects are visible for all to see. Speaking of tax dollars, Anderson Mill West homeowners enjoy the lowest tax rate than the citizens of the city of Cedar Park. Paul will work collaboratively to ensure that we continue to pay this low tax rate for the excellent services that we receive. Paul has the expertise and education to serve on the WTCMUD1 board. After many years of owning several businesses and leading teams at multinational companies, he pursued his dream of finishing his higher education and now holds a master's degree in business administration. I urge you to vote for educated and experienced candidates that will be good neighbors and watchful stewards of your tax dollar and our property values. Thank you.
Okay. Dorothea, I'll just say Dorothea. Yeah. Oh,
I was moving to move out of the sun, burning my eyes.
Hello, my name is Dorothy Everett. I live at 1708 Mackenzie Lane. One of the people running, Mr. Flores, was doing the neighborhood today, and I was speaking to him, and he said something about you're on the agenda tonight. Is there something going on? I don't know what you're talking about. And he said, well, you're on the agenda tonight for the board meeting. And I said, for what? And he said, well, is there something going on? And he mentioned a fence. He said, yes, my fence blew down. I'm trying to get somebody to come out and give me what am I trying to say? Give me an estimate. But it's only the back side. The other two have been replaced. And it's hard because they want to do the whole fence. But I have spoken to this one gentleman. He's supposed to get back to me this week. So I'm not trying to be non-compliant. I'm a widow. I'm taking care of an adult daughter with brain cancer. And so obviously there's a lot on my plate. So I will try to get this done, but I have not received a letter about this, nor a phone call. If somebody calls my house and I don't know them, I don't answer the phone. If you leave a message, I'll get back to you. But I think that this is inconsistent on what should have happened, frankly.
Do you consider it harassment?
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is not the time and place for that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I didn't know.
okay. David Flores.
sorry, what was your address again?
1708 Mackenzie Lane.
1708 Mackenzie Lane, it's on the agenda. Today I went ahead and I contacted a lot of the residents on the agenda today to see what, if there was a violation or what was going on, because I believe that a lot of these houses do not get letters from Sage Management and are not properly notified. And I was just wondering why it jumped onto the agenda right away and these people were not contacted. There's a gentleman on Mexican Plum that I believe, since the public do not have this access to this information, it's hard to know exactly what it is. But I asked him and he said, well, the only thing I got a letter for was an expired registration on a vehicle in front of my house that has been there for about a year and it's not mine. So I'm just asking the board to really pay attention to Sage Management and the way they bill and making sure that these people are getting notified and have the opportunity to call and to discuss. And this gentleman said that he called several times and never received a phone call back. So I think it's a trend that Sage Management is not doing a great job. I see that they're on the agenda tonight for their contract. I asked if you are going to increase their pay or that you rebid, hold off so we can rebid their contract and make sure that they are not overcharging us and not taking advantage of us. And I see that Infomark as well is on the agenda, and I would ask that you would rebid their contract because they have not been rebid in the 5 years that TCEQ recommends that we rebid our vendors. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, Sarah Teal.
Tonight's agenda is not entirely clear to me, but it does seem like I am looking at contract changes for at least two different contractors, McGinnis Lockridge and Sage Management. This seems odd to me, mostly because 3 of the votes tonight are the last ones to be made before 3 new members come onto the board, they're voted onto the board by the neighborhood. It's also odd because in a recent board meeting, there was a majority vote to rebid the deed enforcement contract to make sure the district was getting the best value. I wonder if that board directive was followed. It seems like tonight should be about saying goodbye to the board directors that will be leaving, not shoving through a bunch of contract changes that may or may not be upheld by a newly seated board. I do sense that when board directors are voted out by the community, they tend to try to control MUD business even though they are not the choice of the people. I have seen voted out directors doing things like continuing to serve on influential committees, dirty campaigning for their sitting friends, and inputting their opinions on important board matters by proxy. I think this sort of shadow rule by unchosen candidates is very undemocratic and, quite frankly, narcissistic. If you aren't chosen by the people, you should either run in the next election and work to gain their favor, or find something else to do with your time. I hope this questionable practice is eschewed when the board is reseated after November. Thank you.
Tina Flores.
I have attended meetings here for some time now and have expressed my concerns with the way things are done in this MUD district. I could not be happier tonight to bid farewell to the old MUD. It is with great excitement that I look forward to the future where 3 seats will be filled with different ideas for the MUD's future and hopefully a different set of values to match. It has been a long, hard fight for our family since David has run in the last 2 elections. This last week has been particularly difficult because it has come to our attention that those that wish to undermine David's campaign have begun to distribute a criminal record that does not belong to him around the neighborhood. We have alerted the other candidates for the board director positions that this is happening and can only hope that their conscience leads them to adhere to the Campaign Fair Practice Act that many of them signed. And they will publicly repudiate these dirty and unethical practices. We have been so lucky to have an outpouring of support from our community once they found out the truth about the campaigning tactics that were being used by his opposition. It really bolsters my opinion that light does outshine the darkness. Here's to hoping for a clean state after the November elections.
Cindy Glenn.
Since November 2020, Linda Faub has failed to uphold the oath of office. At the oath meeting, she disagreed with the oath and demanded to post an illegal amended statement at the on the district website. She held a Dagama cul-de-sac meeting claiming to represent the board. She got caught, but still got paid for this illegal meeting. She never produced video countering reports of David Flores calling the residents Nazis. David Flores called the residents Nazis. In a desperate attempt for credibility, she filed a lawsuit against board members and lost the lawsuit with prejudice. She has lost all the rulings she has filed. She continues to violate her oath with allegations of fraud and attacks on contractors and other MUDs. She submitted invoices for unassigned tasks. She is using the taxpayer money to replace monies lost in her lawsuit endeavors and deflects by accusing others of fraud. Her inability to follow the rules, work with the board, and others led to censure. Now she's picking up trash cans while misrepresenting board actions with brigade notices. Recently, Linda was dismissed from a board meeting. She left making derogatory statements. She stated that her goal is to destroy the MUD. Respectability and credibility is needed. Thank you.
Hanoi Aviera.
All right, good evening, Madam President and board members. My name is Hanoi Avila, and I'm running for one of the director's position available with this MUD. Before I continue, I want to thank those directors which will no longer be here for our next meeting. Catherine, thank you for your service to this community, as well as Art. Thank you. So, I am officially running to serve you in the capacity of a director in this district. I love this community and what it has to offer to us. My wife and I have decided to live and raise our children here, so I want to see this district thrive and develop throughout the next years. I have lived here for 8 years. Here I have had the privilege of raising 3 beautiful children who are now part of our community. I want to share a little bit about me and what I do. I am a small business owner. My job is to make my clients' business thrive and grow. I advise and help my clients in setting up and maintaining and developing their business structure, human resource department, as well as their finances. Additionally, I serve as a consultant for 2 construction companies here in the city of Austin. As to my education background, I acquired an undergraduate degree from the University of Texas at Austin and a master's degree from Fuller Theological Seminary. So the question is, well, why am I running? Running for 3 things, which I believe are key and essential to our community. One is to keep taxes low, and I think I could do that through strict budget oversight and proper development and planning. I believe also in improving our parks and infrastructure. I think these are key to the collective valuation of our community. And last one is transparency and accountability. Thank you.
Gerald Burgess.
See how this goes. Great.
My name is Joe Burgess. I've been a resident of this community for 23 years.
Please speak up.
I'm trying. I was asked to read someone else's comments because they had a family emergency tonight. Prior board members were tasked with dealing with the rebound issues related to savings and loan disaster. The district never missed a bond payment or debt payment. It paid its bills. The budget drove the MUD's program. These directors kept taxes and services low. The tax amounts paid by the average homeowner decreased. Services only increased because Cedar Park passed on their increases to the MUD. WTC1 is one of the lowest local tax rates in Central Texas. The level of our services is coveted by many other districts. Our services charges are reasonable. Today, my question is to the residents is why would you want this to change? That will happen if Linda gets two of her people on the board, David, Daniel, or Deborah, on November the 8th. Linda has abused the word fraud and fraudulent dozens of times. She's never provided any legal evidence of fraud. The district has paid for all of Linda's open records requests, which is negligent on her part. She has spent over $400,000 in taxpayers' money for a lawsuit and open records. And the district has nothing to show for it. She has proven nothing, and she went to court and the residents' money to lose in court with prejudice. We believe Linda's goals are to be annexed by Cedar Park, which would raise taxes, end deed restriction enforcement, and limit Anderson Mill West. The person that wrote this was told by Chris Rocco that her goal is to eliminate the MUD, destroy the MUD, and that she would do this by the manipulation of certain people. A vote for Linda D people is a vote to destroy our district. It would only lead to more wasteful spending.
Thank you. Daniel Bauer.
Good evening, my name is Dan Bauer, and I am running for one of the director positions in this board. The Campaign Fair Practices Act relies on the personal moral character to campaign with ethics standards. David Flores sent a letter to all of the candidates on the ballot with hard evidence that the smear campaign being lodged against him is without merit. You can't have a more airtight alibi than seeing him on that night when the proposed arrest was made in one of these board meetings. The act requires that candidates repudiate any false information about any candidate when we learn that it is not true. I do intend to post a statement on my website that acknowledges the smear campaign as unfounded and defamatory, and I would hope that all of the other candidates would do the same, which is part of your ethics commitment. I also would like to say that I've heard a lot of stuff, seen a lot of stuff, and I think it's disappointing that a neighborhood cannot be civil and that people have gone out of their way to do everything they can to destroy and cause backbiting amongst neighbors and friends. I'm really disappointed. There's a lot of great candidates out there. I know a lot of people have expounded on their qualifications and such. I invite people to look mine up, as I don't have time to list all of the candidates and all of the qualifications I have. But needless to say, I have probably as much or more experience as most of the other folks running. And I've spent most of my time working for consultants as that are engineers, architects, and others all over the United States. So thank you all for this time. I do expect to see every other person out here that's ethics in this campaign to do the same.
Deborah Dahl.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Dahl. I'm running for one of the positions here on the board. Contrary to these documents that are libeled, I was a hospital administrator, was a financial analyst. I do equine therapy. for disabled children with horses. I've been involved in my church, food supply for homeless people. So this document that was written by Mr. Christopher Rocco is right here. It's inaccurate on its face. Everything on it is not true. And it is what libel is putting falsehoods in print. Slander is verbal. I've gotten that too. My signs pulled up, my banners cut down, and that's okay. Because I've had so much support from so many people who have said one of the most wonderful things I could hear is that the people that are on here that have not negated this have lived a very clear path to what they don't want. We do not want gossip. We do not want bullying. We do not want slander. We do not want that. We cannot come together as a neighborhood and have that. It happens in my own personal neighborhood, and it's happening when I'm walking flyers. It's happened for 7 months to me, and that's okay. But I thank you all for helping us get the votes based on the fact that these things have not been negated. So I ask Beth Jones, Hanoi Avia, and Mr. Rebego, I apologize for that, to denounce this publicly. I had a great legal mind say that that is your requirement to do that. Or you could be, and I'm not an attorney, so I'll say it's my opinion, but it is of construct, that you could then be potentially, and it's an opinion, be held liable and complicit with this illegal, libel, inaccurate, untrue document. And it has been publicized and passed around so much that it's absurd. So I hope you vote for me because I will bring not only my qualifications of 35 years, but the truth. And that's what it seems to be lacking. So I look forward to that. Thank you very much.
Chris Rocco.
My name is Chris Rocco. I was a MUD director from 92 to 98 and from 2006 to 2020. I spent the last 2 years enjoying my time away from the MUD and spending time with my grandkids. When I was made aware of only 3 residents that Linda was able to get to run for the 3 director position, I was shaken. David Flores, Debbie Dahl, and Daniel Bauer. I knew David as the neighbor who gave me that crazy business card with a person pointing a gun at the recipient and had written, "Wants to change Dayflower into one-way streets so his kids can play in the street." He said he wanted to demolish Cypress Creek Elementary School and rebuild it at the site an all-purpose field and build a swim center in the current site. No wonder he's the only neighbor on his street has a sign up in his yard. Ask any of David's neighbors about their experience with him, and you'll come to the same conclusion that I am. He doesn't need to be a MUD director. Sure, you don't need to be an accountant, an engineer, or a lawyer to be a MUD director, but a high school diploma or a GED, which he lacks, would be nice to have. And Debbie Dahl, I have several friends that live on Debbie Street, and they have told me stories that would make you shake your head. Just listen to a few minutes of the 40 pages of open records requests that we got from Williamson County Sheriff's Department. You'll come to the same conclusion. Debbie, you need to spend time concentrating on your own health and leave directing the MUD to others. And Mr. Bauer, when I met you on your porch, under no uncertain terms, you told me that you had no use for the MUD. You refused to participate in an informal survey that I was trying to carry on in your section to see if we could get Section 1 covenants more in line with everything. Why would Linda pick these 3 people to be her group in the district should be evident. She can manipulate them to do whatever that she wants them to do. And they will do anything to help her get the district annexed, raise our taxes, and anything that Linda in her narcissistic ways wants to get done. Higher taxes, lower service. Who would vote for that? What would we have to do to convince Cedar Park to annex us? Agree to limit...
Thank you.
Taxes and service charges have been very reasonable, and please vote for the other 3 candidates.
Okay. Paul Rabideau?
I'll hit that button until I get up here. So, first of all, I would like to thank the board for their service, the ones that are getting off it. I know it's a hard job. I'm Paul Rabideau, and I'm running for the director position. I'm speaking today to address some of the questions brought to the forefront by other candidates' platforms and messaging. First, I would like to address the statement the board has accomplished nothing. While on the board, this is a short list of what we accomplished. Andersonville Pond Park, Yoga Deck, London Lane Park, Pickleball, El Solito, Astor Pass Pocket Park, Sidewalk Levying Program, community patrols by constables, lower tax rates 4 years in a row, tree planting, mulching of trees for water conservation, repair and replacement of fire hydrants, manhole cover replacement program, meter replacement program, TCQ compliance program, detention pond maintenance program. The board's done a lot. So anybody to say that the board hasn't done a lot, that's a misnomer. And many more projects and ongoing maintenance. I was also involved with Louis Zervigon in the deed restriction friendly letter enforcement process. Allegations of corruption and self-indulgent leadership perks are just inflammatory statements and useless political rhetoric used to incite distrust in our government. Some other candidates suggest we put the fire and trash fees into the tax rate because of the savings of the homeowner's monthly water bill. Although noble, this idea is just shifting operational costs from one account to another. If we did that, we would still pay for the services and higher taxes. We have the lowest tax rate around, lower than Cedar Park. And with careful management of our resources, I will work hard to keep the tax rate low each year. Now I want to tell you who I am and my experience. I was on board for 4 years. We accomplished a lot. We argued, but we got things done. I've been in commercial real estate management since the early 80s, and I've managed large shopping centers, apartment complexes, commercial buildings, and many construction projects. I've managed over $125 million of real estate with budgets in excess of $6 million a year. I've worked for large multinational companies in management positions, managing large teams while consistently exceeding expectations. I have an MBA from the University of Texas Permian Basin, focused on management, and graduated this May.
Thank you. Jen Frost.
Good evening. I was here last month. I didn't mention specifics because I really didn't know what the platform was about. But this month, I want to reiterate that there are some things that have been said about the MUD that I do think needs to be changed. I think that there are some platforms we need to bring the MUD into a new future of technology and communication, which will help everyone move along innovatively, as well as collaborating with each other as team members that each have strong things together making a change. So I'm definitely believing in that. But right now, I'm super concerned about Deborah Dahl. I know she just left. I'm saying this because this woman has broken into my home while I was out of town. She's some of the calls that Mr. Chris mentioned were actually in response to the police explaining that she was my roommate, and she was not my roommate. She was not leaving anything in my house. She was bullying into my home because she has a problem doing that. She has bullied 12 people in our neighborhood, 5 of which I have affidavits. They've had to move because of her. There are several people on the block that were going to come tonight. I was at my son's cross-country meet, or I would have been here on time. But I had to choose family over this. But I was able to be here to share this. I'm concerned about Deborah coming into this place because she is saying neighbors helping neighbors, but she's actually doing quite the opposite. And sometimes when you're in a place where you're in survival and maybe spending a lot of time in survival over many years, you begin to project things that are happening with you onto other people. And I know that there's a lot that's been said about a lot of people. So guys, let's pull up our bootstraps. Let's look towards the community, collaborating together, because the big collaborator in this is actually the community. All of you guys out there watching this or watching this later, guys, let's just get in there, make the right votes. Let's talk to each other in the next few weeks, days really, and be able to make the right choice for our community. Thank you so much.
Okay, that closes our citizens' communications. Okay, I am going to move around on the agenda right now because we have some other people here. I am going to go into executive session for deed enforcement, so I'm going to ask that everybody lead, and Linda, that includes you, because you were voted to be excluded from DRC executive sessions.
So I just need the law that makes that acceptable. I'm sorry?
The board's made that finding. I think you were here for that.
You need to give me the law that
No,
supports
actually,
that.
I don't need to do that.
I think you do.
I'm telling you, I don't. The majority of the board ruled it in that direction.
Yeah.
That's the will of the board.
Okay, so Mackenzie, can you please turn the...
You're going to go home and watch from the house, right?
Can I get the feet up in my car?
Or stick a pencil in his eye, wasn't it, too, right?
Are you done or what?
Oh. You deserve it. Got your NBA.
Those are the new Michael. For now, Okay. Okay, we're back in executive session. Are we streaming?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, agenda item 4, director's fees and reimbursements review. So, the billing and invoices committee went through the director's fees, and was there anything that of interest that you wanted to comment on? Because I didn't see anything that was inappropriate. Let's put it that way. Okay. Okay.
I have a comment about those.
Sure.
Catherine, your fees of office forms do not include what the 17 meetings you're claiming were about. It is a requirement of the fees of office policy and satisfies transparency and accountability. I didn't even get your forms until after 3 p.m. this afternoon, so I haven't had a chance to check if all the meetings you're claiming from November of 2021 to June of 2022 haven't already been compensated.
Okay, that's fine. The payroll people did that for me.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Linzen from Infomar, and I just wanted to let you know that we did review all of the bills and invoices. I do have 2 adjustments to make from the time that we reviewed it. One of them is a director's fee payroll for $3,186.07. And also we have an invoice that was duplicated, which amounts to $1,207. So I'm adjusting the total of the overall amount, and the total amount for the bills is $302,621.41.
That wasn't director's fees, though. Those weren't director's fees, corrections, were they?
We have one, yeah.
Which one was it?
It's
What check number?
it's being added, it's check number 6757.
And it's for what?
It's director's fees for Elizabeth Jones.
You're adding it.
Yes, we're adding it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's for how much?
$3,186.07.
And where is the forms for that one?
I have them.
Okay, because I didn't get those.
Yeah, no, it was just came over, and AP just cut it today.
Okay, will you please send me that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, consent agenda. Approval of the August and September minutes and payment of bills and invoices. Does anybody have any corrections that they needed to make? Or no, I'm doing this wrong, I'm sorry. Somebody want to make a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, can I have a second, please?
Second that.
Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
No.
Okay. Okay, review of district financials. And this is your first time, normally we...
3 minutes.
Okay, I'll give you an extra minute, how about that?
She wants to come on. Let's see if I can do it in 2. No,
Okay.
Anyway, I'm presenting today the September 30th financials. It is the end of the fiscal year, so it is a full year of financials at this point in time. The revenues for the district are in excess of $154,000, and that's a good. Primarily, that's a result of maybe some insurance premiums. Interest has definitely been higher, and also we did receive a lot more property tax than expected, than budgeted, I should say. The expenditures for the year are actually under budget. It's about $423,000 under budget, which is great. And then, so for the year, we have a surplus of $578,000. The projected fund balance for the fiscal year is $2,983,000.
Give me that number again, please.
$2,983,603. So that's approximately a $578,000 surplus added. The property taxes, if you look at your chart, for the fiscal year we've collected, fiscal year 2022, we collected 99.66%. That's a little bit higher than the prior year at 98.92%. The total amount collected for property tax in 2022 is $2,296,655. We have our cash sheet, and it outlines all of the bank accounts and what your cash disbursements are, and then also what we're proposing to do transfers. And those transfer letters will be submitted for you all for signature. And we usually do that where we transfer, the tax money to the tax pool, and we transfer some money to the operating and the manager's accounts. The overall cash for this month is $3,146,247. And then we already kind of discussed the payment register, which outlines everything that's being paid during this meeting. And again, that amount you've already approved. And then last but not least, I believe we have some investment policies, the investment reports. And those are for last third quarter and fourth quarter for the fiscal year. And those should be also submitted in the folder that's being passed around for your signature.
What page is it on of the financial report? Oh, I found it.
Okay. I think they're the last
27
documents, yes. And I'm sorry, I took them out of here to pass around. So I don't have the amounts in front of me, but I wanted to make sure that you all signed them accordingly, so they're in the folder. They're in your agenda, of course, but I didn't have them in front of me to let you know the amounts. But they're in the folder for signature.
Did you make the corrections that I sent to you about on the pages 6 and 5? expenditures for the period ending September 30th, you're not showing any legal services or open records requests, deed enforcement, all those amounts are not there.
Yeah, we didn't receive those invoices yet for the meeting. So once they get them, they'll still be applied toward the September financials. And, for the audit, we'll make sure all those get posted for the September.
They're in the check register. Their last month's totals, they're not showing.
Well, last month's would be,
Last month's weren't recorded on the financial report. They would show here. They were paid between September, the period ending September 30th.
Those invoices, like she just said, just went out recently, so that's why
Yes.
they're not on here. That's why y'all
The
are just
financial
now,
packet
that's why y'all are
was put
just now
together before
paying,
those numbers.
you're
It
just now
says-
paying August's
It
bills.
says 9/19 is when those checks were sent, so it made it before the end of September. They were paid on September 19th.
well,
We'll look at it.
the
So-
legal invoices, like,
I think I told you that it was like 6,000 and something in last month's and 35,000 this month.
No, you can shut this down.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, you can shut this down. The point I'm trying to make for you, Priscilla, is that the numbers are not working from last month's financial statement
Okay,
to
right.
this one.
okay, I'll have to take a look
Okay.
at that.
Okay, so I'm going to give everybody a couple of minutes to ask some questions. Bess, did you have any questions that you wanted to ask Priscilla?
I do not.
Okay, Megan?
No.
Okay, the question I wanted to ask is the 578,798 surplus is way higher than we had anticipated.
Your meters also haven't been done yet.
That's what I was asking for. What didn't meet from a cash flow point of
Your
view?
meters were pushed into November. It's out of our control from Badger, but they were actually supposed to hit your budget before September end. But that is one that will come after that, because you don't get charged until they ship.
Okay, and so how much was that?
I think 50,000
Is that-
dollars worth. It's a little bit lower. I don't know the exact amount. Because we haven't
Well,
been charged, so it hasn't been billed yet.
Well, that still makes the surplus a whole
It will
lot.
still be a lot. You'll lose about probably 60 to 70 of that.
Right, but what I'm saying is the surplus is still gonna be a whole lot higher than we were talking about
Correct.
even in July or August. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
And I don't know if some of that could be due to the bulk wastewater and water charges, because sometimes Michael would say that those would come in late. I don't know if that could have something to do with it, but
Yeah.
it is much higher than y'all had anticipated.
Okay,
There
yeah,
are also a lot of projects that we didn't do this year that were budgeted. So
okay,
that's where a lot of it's coming from.
got it. Okay, Linda, did you have you have a couple minutes to ask questions?
I already did, thank you.
Okay, Art, did you have anything? Okay, that's fine. Okay, agenda item 7, old business. I don't have anything listed.
It's just a placeholder, Madam President.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I have some questions for old business.
That's not how that works. There has to be an item under there to discuss.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah, so, okay. Okay. Okay, so I'll let you explain it, and then we'll talk about it.
So, Madam President, Directors, item 8A, McGinnis is, as you know, y'all engaged the firm back in February. The engagement letter, the terms of that haven't changed. It's evergreen, meaning there's not really any need to update it or renew it. But what we are asking, because of the timing, especially the way our billing processes work within the firm, it's often, 2 months behind as far as us being able to get the invoices over to our clients. You can see again for tonight, August's bills were paid. And so September's will probably land in your inbox if they haven't already. But as you can see, it's of course too late to get it on your bills and payments for tonight. So what we're asking for the board at this point is to approve a retainer payment in the amount of $50,000. And so that will cover all the fees that were billed through last month. Hopefully, a good chunk of this month's October, and at least get us close to the November board meeting. And that way we will be all square should the board decide to change its billing procedures and payment of bills and whatnot. So that's our request. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Why don't we just start going here? Beth, do you have any questions?
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay, Megan, do you have any questions? I'm going to go last. Linda, do you have any questions?
I do. I don't necessarily understand. Zach, you have a $35,000 check tonight for your services in August.
Correct.
And you're saying because you bill 1 month behind, we need to put a retainer in, or money in your bank
I didn't
account?
say you need to. I'm asking that the board do that.
In the purpose of that?
Again, it's one, to get us caught up, two, to make sure that your legal services are actually paid for through November. And should there be a sea change on this board and people decide not to pay their bills, then we're not left flapping in the wind.
Well, we don't have the option to not pay the bills. You taught us about the Prompt Payment Act. We have to pay you for your services. So that's not really an issue. And I think if you could get your billing cycle to coincide with our meetings, you would be paid on time. And we would be caught up. We wouldn't be paying your August bills in October. I don't like the idea of you holding tax dollars in your account. I think you maybe should adjust your billing.
Thank you for that input.
You're welcome.
Okay. Art, do you have any?
Well, just my concern, so we have a contract right now, and on that contract, there's no retainer specified, correct?
That's right.
So would this be an addendum to the contract?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you'll see in the letter, should we continue to represent the district beyond November, great. If there's a balance left, we will just withdraw from the trust account to pay any invoices that are, for any invoices that come due after, and if we're still representing the district after November, we'll continue to withdraw from that balance. But if we're not, and that fund has not been, that trust has not been exhausted, then that money will be returned to the district.
Can I be a little candid? Is it something to get the operating funds up to speed, or is it something that
No,
the firm is kind of a Larry with a new administration committee?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not going to pay the bills?
It's the latter, absolutely. Yeah, I have grave concerns about certain people being in charge of this board and not paying their bills. I absolutely do.
And for Mark, we'll be asking for the same.
Yeah.
And for Mark, we'll be asking for the same.
Okay, so under state statute, aren't we supposed to legally, contractually and legally obligated to pay anything, even regardless of the administration?
You are. You are.
But there is history where you haven't.
Well, I need some further explanation, because I mean, we're paying cash, we're using the taxpayers' dollars, as a retainer, I don't know, I do have some issue with that, because, I mean, I thought this was ironclad. No matter who comes in or who replaces Catherine or I, a legal obligation is a legal obligation, regardless.
I have the same concerns that Zach does.
But it shouldn't be that way.
I know that, but I still have the same concerns.
Okay, so let me ask this question, Zach. So let's say that happens and there's a lack in you getting paid promptly, like it's specified. You can take legal action against the district, right?
We could.
But it will cost money.
Yeah, I know it costs money, but I mean...
It wouldn't cost money against the district, it would cost money
that's
for
what I'm
Zach.
saying. I mean, we've done this before, we've transitioned before. I don't want to see what the risk is. That's what I'm having problems with.
Okay.
I'm having problems with what's being put out there about us, about what you've done.
I know, and I understand what you're saying, but this is a different issue because...
It is not a different issue.
The firm is basically betting on they're not getting paid, and that shouldn't be the case.
You're right, but they've also said there's other things that won't be paid.
What? I'm not aware of this. What?
Right.
I'm not aware of it either.
Okay, so, does somebody want to make a motion? Because if not, I will. Go for it. Okay. As I've said before, I am very concerned about this. When Zach brought his concerns to me, I reached out to other contractors and who said they had the same concerns also. And so I move that that we accept the what do we call this?
An amendment to your legal representation.
The amendment to our legal representation as presented. And I also
Can I ask one quick more question before you?
Sure.
Are we in arrears with you right now?
Yes, yeah, you're always paying in arrears. Yes, sir.
I mean, but to the point where it's delinquent?
No, well, I mean, if
It's
you
his
looked at the Prompt Payment Act, yes, technically, but I mean, again,
Is it because you have not submitted your bills or because we
No,
have not
ma'am.
paid your
I've
bills?
submitted the bills. We've talked about that.
Well,
Okay.
your bills are being paid, Zach. I'm looking right here at them.
Okay.
So
So,
you
okay.
paid what you
I
submitted.
believe Ms. Frank is in the middle of a motion.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a motion. Okay. So I move that we accept the legal, the amendment to the legal representation retainer as presented. And I also, and as part of this retainer process, I'm going to ask that we have a retainer for Infomark, and how much is that going to be?
70.
And that we have a retainer for Infomark in the amount of $70,000, and that we have a retainer for Sage Management in the amount of $12,000.
So, is that what your motion is?
That's what my motion is we're going to do all three of them all at the same time.
All right, I can
So
tell you.
if I could, Madam President, ask you to keep these separate just
Okay.
for the sake of your minutes, but also GM has actually an agenda item of their own.
Oh, do they?
Regarding their increases and how y'all handle that, your business, but they are separate agenda items, and so I think it'd be cleanest
Okay.
just to keep it that way.
Okay, so we'll just do the legal retainer as presented.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay. Art, I'll start with you. Do you have any comments?
I'm very uncomfortable with this because it shouldn't be that way. The
I agree.
process should be that they get paid promptly, and if we're not doing that, then we need to fix that.
I understand.
Can I make a comment to help Art?
Sure.
So there have been times where there have been invoices that a line item on that invoice has been disagreed with and it's gone without being paid for months for multiple contractors, which is why Infomark is asking for their retainer.
Okay, I understand that, but then, so why haven't we addressed that? That's,
They were addressed. They corrected their invoice and then they got paid.
Okay,
we're in the middle of a vote.
we're in the middle of a vote, so you're
Okay.
right. Okay, so Linda, did you have any more comments?
I think that your fears are unfounded because all the contractors get paid once they correct their invoice mistakes. All of the contractors have clauses in their contract that guarantee payment for services provided. So I think your concerns are truly unfounded. So, yeah, that's the most, $132,000 for your three favorite contractors? I don't think so.
Okay, I hear you, Linda, but I still have the same concerns that has brought about this change to our contract. Megan, did you have any comments?
Yeah, I just want to clarify, we're not paying more than we otherwise would. We're
Correct.
just prepaying
Correct.
because we're in a really interesting time right now.
Yes.
And we're making sure our contractors are getting paid only what they are due.
Yes.
It's just that we're prepaying it.
Correct.
So, under the circumstances and the rhetoric and everything I've heard, in this circumstance, I'm fine with it.
Beth, did you have any more comments?
The only comment that I have is because I am rerunning, I have been told that people would not be paid, that I do feel very comfortable that we're paying 1 month in advance.
Okay. I'm going to let you call the vote.
Okay. Ms. Jones,
Yes.
Ms. Tudo,
Yes.
Ms. Frankie,
Yes.
Ms. Fobb,
Absolutely not.
Mr. Madrano.
no.
The ayes have it,
Okay.
3-2.
Okay. Okay. Next is the contract for Sage. And you're gonna step out, that's fine, that's fine.
Where's the contract?
I put it on the Google Drive, but it is the same contract that we presented in June where we've changed the, Exhibit A, and I've given everybody a copy of Exhibit A.
Has an attorney reviewed this, Catherine?
No.
I'm sure you'll agree that an attorney needs to review all contracts before we enter into them. And we've already talked about this. This increase requires bidding.
No, it does not. Okay, no, it does not. Okay, so let me talk about this.
72%.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
I just did the math.
You're wrong. So, what I wanted what we're doing is we're presenting a new contract for Sage, where the contract specifically talks about day tours and night tours. Because right now, what's going on is Sage has been doing the night tours without compensation, and so. We presented the contract for Sage in June, and there was objections to the fee schedule. So what I'm doing now is presenting the same contract with the fee schedule that is in line with what we have budgeted for services in the current fiscal year. So we have budgeted $74,000 for deed enforcement, and the way I've structured Exhibit A is to define how much they're being paid for. They're going to be paid X dollars for the tours, and that will leave additional dollars for the process of doing the door hangers and etc. So, Beth, do you have any comments?
It's going to be pretty much the same comment. One, they've never been paid for their night tours, so they've been doing that free for several years.
Right.
And two, they've never been given a raise. That's
right.
The other thing that I believe in.
Right.
If we were at any other job, they would get a raise, right?
No,
So,
no.
Not necessarily.
Well,
So-
hopefully you would, but you would want to stay at a company that you would get a raise.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Okay. Megan,
I'm glad you're okay with that.
Megan, do you have any comments?
So what's changing exactly? Just the night tour component?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. What we're doing is the way I sort of looked at it is like, okay, they always do a day tour and a night tour together. So I'm calling that a bi-weekly tour. So to do a day tour and a night tour, it's X dollars. You do it twice a month, and you get 2 times X. And that equals, all of this is inside the budget level. That's the best way I can say it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Tonight, I'm sorry, you're going wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. I've gone ahead. Go ahead, Linda. I'll give you a couple of minutes.
Okay, so their current base fee is a little over $4,200 a month, and you're jumping it to $6,000 a month. And you're reducing the number of tours, because a night tour used to involve 2 trips, one before midnight and one after midnight. And I haven't read your contract, Catherine, because it wasn't on the drive right before this meeting.
Okay.
So I can't read what you've done here, but based on this, now they're only going to go one time in the night.
Yeah.
So you're reducing the scope of work and you're increasing the compensation. This is what you tried last time, and we all voted for you to rebid this contract. And now, instead of being an additional outside tour was $40 for an unlimited amount of locations that they had to look at, and now an additional tour, or I'm sorry, that's not correct. An additional tour was compensated for whatever the I don't have their contract in front of me. It was considerably more. But when they went around looking for a 3-time offender in Section 1, it was as many houses as they had to look at at $40. Now it's $40 per location or $60 per location at weekends. Directives from the board, $40 per hour, $3 per item to hang, to send letters and door hangers, which used to be a group amount for a flat fee. And none of this data is available for anyone to see. It is not on the
Okay,
shared
so,
drive.
okay, no, I uploaded to the meeting Google Drive.
No, I'm talking about the product produced by that contractor is not available to every member of this board, and without seeing it, you're expecting us to want to compensate them for more when they haven't met the, putting the stuff on the shared drive the way it's supposed to be. And if they're not showing their work, how can we validate their invoices?
Okay.
How do we know they
Okay.
sent 100 or 70
Okay.
letters?
Okay, that's good.
You're not going to answer my question?
I'm telling you that we have, one of the things that happened is that I got some advice from legal in terms of how we can reorganize what our business process was, and we've incorporated that into the contract. And one of those things was, we do not have to go before midnight and after midnight. That was a Bill Flickinger thing.
And that's a great
Yeah,
idea to
yeah.
stop doing that, but you're asking us to approve a contract that has not been reviewed by an attorney? That cannot be in the best interest of this district.
Well, unfortunately, I think that this is a really simple contract.
Who wrote it? Who wrote it?
I don't know. Where did it come from?
Sage wrote a contract for themselves and we haven't reviewed it?
We worked on it how many times?
We worked on this many, many times.
Well, you're not a lawyer. We need a lawyer to review this.
Well, okay. Art, do you have any questions?
Well, I haven't reviewed it, so, I mean, I'm trying to understand the changes, and it is
Well,
a 30% jump. And
the
it's
changes-
72,000 below the threshold, but
The changes
I
that
would
we have,
review it first before
the changes that I've made basically say that we are not going to be doing before midnight and after midnight tours. We are going to continue, and we are now acknowledging that we need to pay this contractor for the services that they have been providing for free for the last 2.5 years.
They haven't been providing them for free.
Yes, they
Kathy.
have. They were never compensated for nighttime tours. It was an oversight in the contract. But they did it because they believed in us as a community and they wanted to serve our community.
They were compensated $4,200 a month
They
for
were
2
not-
daytimes and nighttime tours.
They
It's
were
written
not-
into their contract.
Yes, but if you look at their current contract, they are not compensated for the night tours.
It's just not specified out. It is written in their contract.
I disagree with it.
That's why we need a lawyer.
I disagree.
That's why we need a lawyer to look at the contract. Because if you are right, it will be really simple. And this kind of a change should be done by the next board. This isn't something you should try to slide in on your last night.
I disagree. I think that we have been, this has been
You haven't
sliding
given
along
us, you
for
haven't
long.
given us an
Okay,
opportunity to read this.
I'm gonna shut this down. Does anybody else have anything to say?
No, I do not.
Megan, you sound like you want to say something.
Yeah, my concern is that I haven't seen the whole contract together, and I know you all probably have, and you've looked at it ad nauseum.
Yes,
But
yes.
if I'm gonna approve a contract, I wanna see the whole thing first.
Okay.
I wanna make sure that our contractors are getting paid in the meantime for the work that they're doing. So are they still doing
The night tours, yes.
Okay.
Are they doing 2 or 1?
They're doing the one night tour, because we directed them to, that we can solve and achieve what we're looking to achieve with one tour at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, because that's really what we're looking for, because a tour at 10 o'clock and a tour at 12:30 doesn't really solve the problem.
I know, but you modified their contract by committee and not by this board. You modified the terms of their contract. Their
No.
contract says 2 trips.
It hasn't been changed.
Their contract says they have to do 2 trips. If you've allowed them to
I
do
talked to
one,
the attorneys.
what attorneys?
I asked.
Guys, we're just arguing now.
Yes.
Can we just get back to order?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So whose turn is it to talk?
Okay, we're done. We're done. We're all done
Okay.
talking. So the question becomes, do you want me to withdraw my motion? What do you want me to do?
I'd really like to see the full contract
Okay.
before I approve it.
Ditto.
Okay, that's fine. I will, we will just move on. Let's go ahead and get,
But they're gonna get paid for what they're doing.
okay, yes, so while we're talking about this, let's go ahead then and deal with the retainer issue. Because I still think we've got a problem with all of our contractors.
Okay.
Okay, so how about we do this? So, I move that while we are still dealing with the Sage contract, that we approve a $12,000 retainer.
I'll second that.
Is this retained for work that they've done?
Well, because I got the same concerns that with Sage. No,
But
no,
not-
we're not talking about the
Okay,
contract, yeah,
okay,
we're not, yeah,
okay.
yeah. I got the same concerns that we had with the attorneys that we're gonna discuss with Infomark. I got the same concerns that, with, Sage. I have got the same concerns with Gray Engineering. I mean, I hear totally different things, Art. We are in a totally different place, you and I, in terms of what is happening in our community.
We've changed before, you know, directors have changed before. There's been
This
a
isn't
change
about-
of hand.
yeah,
There's
the-
never been,
Yeah,
the process.
You're right, there has never been.
Well, no, but the process should be in place, whoever it is, that our vendors get paid promptly, you know? And if we're not doing that, we have to fix it, not by doing a routine.
it's one of the options. Okay, so
Motion on the table.
I've made a motion. I think we had a second. We had a second, right?
Is that Ms. Jones or was Ms. Duda seconded? Ms.
I
Jones,
did.
okay.
Okay, so, let me, Megan, let me, give you a couple of minutes to comment if you wanted it.
So what's the basis of the 12,000? Is that based on like a month?
Yeah,
A month of?
yeah, that was like, it was basically, well, I was gonna do 2 months, because I think that's what we were sort of agreed on, was 2 months when we were looking at this retainer thing. That's how I came up with that number.
Okay. And that would be 2 months for what they're currently
Yeah,
charging?
right.
Okay.
So you're concerned about their cash flow, basically.
No, I'm concerned about them being left hanging. I'm really concerned that they're gonna work in good faith after this board change, and they're not gonna be paid.
Yeah, but we have.
I don't care. I understand what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying, but I am really concerned. Okay, I've said my thing. Linda, you got a minute.
Catherine, I think your concerns are unfounded, and Megan, their current compensation at $4,200 a month times 2 does not equal 12,000.
Yeah, but they're paid
This is
for
on
more.
the 6,000 amount that you want to retain for them, is on your amended contract that we're not doing. So if you want, and I don't approve or agree of a retainer for anyone, there is a process written into their contract. It is written in good faith. There are termination clauses that dictate how they will be paid if they were terminated. There are all kinds of things protecting them in the contract that Zach wrote for them, so we know it's solid.
Okay.
Oh, Zach didn't write that one, I apologize.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm not done, I get 3 minutes.
No, I
So-
didn't give you 3 minutes. I gave you
I
a minute.
get 3 minutes just
She
to
does get
speak.
3 minutes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So, I think I absolutely am convinced that your concerns are unfounded. Can I safely assume, Megan, that You will vote to pay the contractors after this board is reseated, and I will vote to pay for the contractors for the services that they perform. So we're suggesting that anybody that the public votes on this board is not going to pay the contractors. That's absurd. I can't imagine where you come up with this stuff. And taking the public's money and setting it aside in the pockets of the contractors because you're concerned they won't get paid, your concerns are unfounded. The contractors have always been paid.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and call the vote.
Ms. Jones,
Yes.
Ms. Duda,
Yes.
Ms. Frankie,
Yes.
Ms. Fobb,
No.
Mr. Madrano.
No.
The ayes have
Okay.
it.
Okay. So we're going to go to the engineer's report. Herb, you're up.
All right, let's see, I don't have the whole packet, but my engineering report should be in there. The infrastructure met last week, the contracts and plans are just pretty well wrapped up. We've got a little bit more work to do, and based on that, this project would be ready for advertisement within a week or two, and the infrastructure was gonna make ask that consideration of the board to allow us to move forward, go ahead and move forward with the advertising. And that's all part of the original proposal anyway, so there's anything extra.
Okay, so do we have to authorize the advertising even though the project has been started, you know?
Yeah, we need to, just for,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Art, you want to make the motion?
I make a motion that we authorize payment for the
No.
advertisement and solicitation. Give me the amount, Herb? 34?
Well, there's not an amount on this one. This is just to allow us to move forward with our signed proposal to do the
Okay,
advertising.
so I motion that we move forward and let Gray Engineering work on the advertisement and the solicitation for the project.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Beth, do you have any comments?
No.
Megan?
No.
I don't either. Should we make this easy? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, keep going, Herb.
All right, as part of that the driveway at the Hatch lift station is too small. So in order to just basically revert just to a street permit for that work, that will need to be inspected by the county or by the city of Cedar Park. So the decision was to break that out separate and get that work done ahead of the lift station work, so that everything is just ready to go at the site once the board decides to move forward. We reached out to individual companies. The low number was from Westar Construction at $6,250, and that is for the complete removal and replacement of that driveway to the correct size.
Okay, so, Art, this one.
Give me the amount again, Herb?
6,250.
Okay, and that's for the easement, right? To the lift station, correct?
This is for the driveway that comes off of the road where you pull your vehicles in there.
All right, so I motion to approve $6,250 to, what's the contract?
It's Westar Construction
Westar Construction.
to remove and
For the
replace.
construction of the driveway to Hatch Lift Station.
Correct.
In order to do construction or start construction.
Okay, I will second that. Okay. Beth, do you have any discussion?
No, I think that'll be great, and it's gonna help with the future project that we gotta do, so that'll be
Megan?
good.
No. Okay, I don't have any comments. Linda?
I do. Are there any permits or erosion controls going to be?
There will be permits. The permitting is done to the point where once the contractor is selected, then they provide their bonding and insurance requirements to them.
So is that an additional cost to the district?
No, that's in their numbers.
Oh, it is in their numbers?
Yeah, that's all part of it.
Because it says does not include permits, bonds, or erosion control.
The paperwork's already been done. The district's already done that. The final work is they still have to provide their insurance and bonding in order for the contractor to even do the work. The district does not provide that.
Okay.
And we got the permit up to that point, and we've stopped until we've got a contractor solicited.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Art?
None.
Okay. Can we all say approved? Aye?
Aye.
Okay, keep going, Herb.
All right, the next item I believe is on my list that I've got here is actually, it's a Parks Committee, it's not an Infrastructure Committee. And I believe it was postponed, there's an actual line item for this under the Parks section, so.
Well-
Unless you've got any other questions about this other stuff.
No, we can go, let's go ahead and jump to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, with, in that as well, we solicited actually 4 different vendors, and this is to remove some DG trail and construct a 6-foot wide, concrete sidewalk, from the Gama along El Salito to the end of the property, which will be tying in to the existing concrete sidewalk that's there. We asked 4 different vendors for prices for that, and provided them all the same drawing, the information. One did not bid. The low bid on this was Westar Construction at $34,996.50.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn this over to Megan for a little context, because I think this was part of our, the 5-year plan or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is a project that was outlined in the park plan. So we're basically adding a concrete sidewalk along El Salito and Anderson Mill West Park instead of the DG trail.
Okay.
That corridor is not just a recreational trail, it is also used extensively for actual transportation, specifically to and from school. Kids on scooters, kids on bikes, who have to every day either get off their bike and scooter to walk across the DG, or they have to cut through the park, which then puts them at an unsafe crossing where there's not a crosswalk or a crossing guard.
Right.
So it was planned for this year, it was budgeted for this year, and
And we're under budget. What was our budget, Mackenzie?
36,000.
It was right at 36.
Yep.
Okay.
36 flat, I believe.
Okay. So,
It is.
and,
Well within the budget.
Yeah, we're under 34 is what we're proposing.
yeah, okay, so Megan, you want to make the motion?
Yeah, motion to approve the proposal from Westar Construction for the amount of $34,996.50.
Can I have a second?
I will second it.
Okay. Art, do you have any comments?
I do not.
Okay. Linda, do you have any comments or questions?
I'm just wondering how for 32 years kids managed to go to school on that space without a sidewalk. Did they not have scooters 32 years ago? I don't know. I wasn't.
It's more for safety.
A sidewalk in DG is about the same safety. Oh, you're saying because they have to run out into the park. I don't really have a lot of questions. It's just too uncertain for me, so I'm just going to abstain.
Okay. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and call the vote then?
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Tudo?
Yes.
Ms. Frankie?
Yes.
Ms. Fobb?
I'm going to abstain from that vote.
Just as a reminder, your vote will count as a
I know you
negative
changed
vote.
my vote. I know.
And Mr. Madrano?
Yes.
Okay.
Ayes have it.
Okay, so, Herb, do you have anything else?
That is all I've got, unless you've got any other questions for me.
No, I don't.
Did you want to talk about that?
Okay, so, number,
You stay for that?
I'll stay for that.
Yeah, you want to do that, can we do that next?
okay, what
So that he
do you
can
want
go.
to talk about then?
That's
We'll
parks. We skipped the parks.
Yes.
Please.
Okay, so you want to jump to
11A3.
11A3,
Yes.
the Sun Chase Playscape.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes, okay, so in your drive, which, of course, it's not opening for me right now, we stuck, Beth and I stuck some plans. We have been trying to figure out what to put in Sun Chase Park to replace the playscape that was there for about a year now. And you'll remember that we found out that we were going to have to resurface that area before we could put anything new in to bring it up to current standards. So a couple months ago, we had that area resurfaced with mulch. And So we found a company called Tiny Town Studios, and they basically custom build everything.
A playscape.
A playscape. So if you can see if your drive is opening for you.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
So we all along we've been trying to find something because of how natural that park space is and how kind of unique and special it is. We wanted something that reflected that. We wanted something that was kind of like a tree house that reflected all the trees and the walking trails and not just your standard playground equipment. So we came across this company. They gave us a proposal. It fit within our budget. It is by far the coolest thing that we've had proposed by anyone that we have talked with about this, and we've talked with quite a few people over the last year about this. And so Beth and I would like to propose moving forward. Herb has had a chat with them either yesterday or today. Yeah, it's really cool. So
Okay, so
I'm happy to answer
It's
questions.
so exciting. 'Cause
So
just
it's
so
this
cool.
one here. Is that?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And so is this a different theme of the same thing? Because this one is way cooler.
It's the same thing, it's just a different drawing.
Okay.
So that's the concept drawing,
Okay.
and the other one just shows it from different orientations with the dimensions included.
Okay, yeah, I really like this. This is cool. So what's our budget?
50,000, and there will also be, around that tree, there'll also be other kind of natural playscape components. So it'll be like,
You mean like the balancing log thing?
yes, yeah,
Okay,
that kind of
okay.
stuff. There's pictures in the drive of what those will look like as
So you
well.
should be able to see that on there.
Yeah.
There's
that's-
some photos, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Oh, this is cool.
And they're gonna love it.
Yeah,
Mostly
okay.
because we haven't had anything in a couple of years, and so
Yeah.
they're finally getting it back.
Okay, so somebody make a motion.
So, motion to approve the proposal from Tiny Town Studios for Sun Chase Park for a not-to-exceed amount of $50,000.
Okay, can I have a second?
I will second it.
Okay, Art, do you have any questions?
How much was the amount again, please?
50?
15?
50. 50, yeah.
Okay, are we below the threshold for competing it, or did we compete?
We did solicit from a total of 4 vendors, if you include them, and the other 3 were not able to come up with an option in time.
We had
So
one
we did
right,
solicit
today.
Yeah, we had one come back today, but still not before your board packet was prepared for the agenda item.
So, okay. Okay, Linda, do you have any questions?
I'm recalling in October of 2020, the previous board approved work in this park for a Girl Scout troop to do exactly this thing. This natural playscape, if you will, this picture of the balance beams and such look like that. Are the Girl Scouts involved in this?
I'm not going to talk about that Girl Scout troop. It's my daughter's Girl Scout troop, so I don't feel comfortable. So the short answer is no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because we promised them that they would get an opportunity to participate in that park, and that was voted on by a different board, but I guess we're not going to do that with them anymore. I think it looks interesting, to say the least. Oh, you can't see it? I'm sorry. Here you go.
It's cool.
Yeah,
It is cool.
it's cool. We don't have anything to compare it with, so I have no idea if 50,000 is a reasonable amount of money or if that is excessive. So again, not enough information to make an informed decision, but it looks good.
Okay.
If you would like me to answer that, I can speak to that.
Okay.
But Catherine, is that okay?
Okay, yeah, let me
Yes, go ahead.
comment. This is a really cool looking playscape, and having worked on some of the other playscapes when I was working on Lakeline Oaks and the Anderson Mill, this is, I think, probably in line with the same amount of money that we were spending previously. So I'll just
And you
leave it
could
at that.
buy,
Yeah.
I mean, normal stuff that every other park has for the same amount.
And I'm sorry, you probably said, but where's it gonna be located again?
Sunchase.
Sunchase,
I know Sunchase,
Right at the
but
front.
whereabouts?
in the
Have you
front,
seen where all the
From
new,
old-
where the old thing used to be, yeah, yeah,
No, it looked cool.
yeah. Okay, I'll give you another minute. What did you need to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the cost of everything has skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So, and the amount that we would be paying for just your standard metal playscape that we have everywhere, that's, nothing is, it would cost the same. So we're getting something really special and unique for the same that we would pay for just your standard.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, go ahead and call the vote.
Ms. Jones?
yes.
Ms. Dudo?
Yes.
Ms. Frankie?
Yes.
Ms. Fobb?
Yes.
Mr. Madrano?
Yes.
Ayes have it.
Okay. Okay, was there anything else that we needed from Herb?
Thanks, Herb.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
go on to the
Okay.
general manager's report.
You can check. Art. Check.
We distributed all of them. In the report this month, by her. So there are several things that we're going to ask for approval for. One would be Infomark's prepayment, as we previously discussed, and I will say that our overhead, as far as our leadership, is the one who did approve and asked for this due to the recent payment history of Infomark invoices, specifically going months of not being paid for a single line item being in question when the invoice could have been approved with that line item adjusted from it. Has not been the practice in the past, which is why there is a grave concern that those invoices will no longer be paid moving forward. So there is a request in our report to approve a prepayment for Infomark invoices. As Megan did state earlier, it is not you pay more than anything. It's simply a prepay ahead of time, and it will go against your base fee invoices moving forward.
Okay, would you like us to?
If you want to,
Okay, yeah, I move.
one at a time.
Okay, somebody else want to make the motion? If not, I will. I'll go ahead and make it then. Okay, I move that we approve a $70,000 prepayment for Infomark. Can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Okay. Discussion. Beth, do you have any comments?
I do not.
Okay, Megan, do you have any comments?
No.
I don't have any comments either. Linda, do you have any comments?
My comments are the same. You wouldn't you wouldn't give someone your personal money to hold on to just to guarantee you're going to pay them and let them earn interest on your money. Nobody does that. So we shouldn't do that with the taxpayers' money either. Infomark has always been paid, even if it took a little bit to get it done. But if your invoices are correct, you get paid right away. So we expect that billing is accurate and then you get paid for that. And it has always worked that way. Nobody's been shortchanged. And the fear mongering of contractors that aren't being paid is just absurd. It's just totally absurd.
Okay, Art, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I have a comment. I think we're setting a dangerous precedent here because we're paying for work that isn't performed. And yeah, I know that on the offset it'll get back, but that's an accounting nightmare. It leads to a lot of issues. And one of them is a contractor that does work for a municipality should get paid promptly. And if he doesn't, it's up to the municipality to bear the accountability. So it is kind of a fear of, we're not going to get paid, so, front us some cash,
Can I say something?
Sure.
Linda, if I'm correct, there were several months that you would not sign the checks for them in the past. Correct?
Point of order, parliamentarian, I don't answer questions like that. Correct her.
It's not a parliamentary inquiry. She asks you a question you don't have to answer.
I'm not
Okay.
answering the question.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
stating facts.
Okay.
Not facts.
Okay, so, okay, let's go ahead and call the
It's
vote.
uncharted water. I just never seen it before.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, let's go ahead and call the vote.
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Dudo?
Yes.
Ms. Frankie?
Yes.
Ms. Fobb?
No.
Mr. Madrano? Ayes have
Okay.
it.
All right, next up on our list of approvals is the movie licensure for hosting the movie in the park, and your equipment came in, Megan. So this is for the district to be able to host a public movie. You have to basically get licensing per the movie you play. So the company that does do Disney licensing, which they're looking to play Coco for the first movie, is it's called Swank. It's all capital letters. We reached out to them and one other company and found the one that does do Coco. So the Parks Committee would like to recommend the movie licensure of $600 be approved so that they can host their movie in the park.
Okay, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll second that.
No, somebody needs to make the motion.
Sorry, I'm looking at this at the same time, sorry. I'd like to make a motion that, for 600, correct? Mm-hmm. Make a motion for 600 so that we can get the movie in the parks move forward.
Can I have a second, please?
License.
Okay, okay, I'll start with you. Art, do you have any comments about this?
I do not.
Okay, Linda.
I do, I have questions. So you need to have a license, is that for every movie you show
Yes,
there?
it is.
So this was not included in the total cost of doing movies in the park, this licensor? I mean, we got equipment before we knew we were going to have to buy a license.
Well, we
So
knew
it's
that
like the cart
licensing
before the
would be something that had to happen, but we did not have a price. The movie wasn't picked.
Yeah.
So your license price depends on the movie.
I see. So this was not presented before there was an agreement to do movies in the park is what I'm trying to get at. So we didn't have a total cost, otherwise maybe we'd have thought differently about moving forward
No,
with
I
it.
think there was always the understanding that there would be costs for a
It's not
license.
in any of the plan documents.
Okay, well, it's been discussed by the Parks Committee.
Well, if you don't discuss it with the board, we can't make decisions. I'm done.
Okay, the question I have is, I'm not following, I'm not hearing, what is the name of the movie?
Coco.
Coco, I've never heard of it, so it's a Disney movie?
Yes.
Okay, and do we have a date?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because we didn't.
We were waiting on the equipment. It came in yesterday. They called me and they needed a pallet jack and everything to get it off the truck.
Okay, so maybe we could do something in the holidays then, maybe. Okay. Megan, do you have any other comments?
Yeah, I just want to comment, we did in fact budget for public events, $2,000 in the budget for this very purpose. So that's what budget item that will fall under. And it's actually not $600, we're putting 600, we just, as a not to
It's a
exceed. in
smidge
case-
less than, we just don't know if they're gonna add any additional fees once you do it. It's a total price of a little over 400. And then if it gets billed on a work order, which it will go through that same process.
Right.
So it's
So-
not to exceed?
Mm-hmm, correct.
Okay.
We foresee it to be probably about $550.
And you said there's a budget of $2,000?
For this year.
Are we gonna have 5
For
or 4 of
events,
these?
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we'll have what we have budget for.
Okay. And Beth, do you have any more comments?
No.
Okay, can you call the vote, please?
Before you call the vote, I didn't understand that. 5 of these? What do you?
5
we have to-
events, like 5 movies across the year.
That's what it costs?
5 events.
No. They're
what
planning
we're
to
allotted.
budget the amount to do 5 events across the year. There's a budget line item for this.
Okay, so this movie licensure is for unlimited amount of movies?
No,
How many movies does it cover?
1.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a budget line item for
One movie
$2,000.
for $600?
So like the
That's an
copyright.
expensive, that was not covered in the presentation of the park plan. So every movie's gonna cost us $600 plus the
No, it
equipment.
depends on what the movie
Depends on the
is.
movie.
Mm,
It's a Disney movie.
that's.
Yeah, it's a Disney, that's why it's so expensive. Okay, let's call the vote.
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Dudo?
Yes.
Ms. Frankie?
Yes.
Ms. Fobb?
No.
Mr. Madrano?
Yes.
Okay.
Have it.
$600 for a nice event like that.
That's nothing. Yeah, I agree. Keep going.
All right. Next up on the list is we need about 5 replacement dog stations. Some of the older plastic ones that are rather sun damaged need to be replaced. So the approval amount for that would be $1,700 for the purchase of all 5 dog stations. Each come with some supplies, which is great. So that will add to your supplies in your storage.
Okay, does somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to replace
5 dog
Dog
stations.
for not to exceed?
$1,700.
Yeah, okay. Do I have a second?
I will second that.
Okay, Beth, do you have any comments?
No, they're needed, so, no.
Okay, Megan, do you have any comments? No. My comment is which ones are gonna be replaced, where are they?
I don't have the list. Alan, your tech does. He's the one who suggested it. He came across the plastic ones that were broken. So we will replace them with the metal ones that last substantially longer because they don't get as sun damaged nearly as fast.
Okay.
Oh, also to get good bags.
Yeah, they each come with their own set of bags.
That's tear it apart.
Yeah, we've learned that we've gotten a bad batch of bags, so. The seams
Picking up
suck
dog
and
food.
somebody stuck their hand in poop.
Linda, do you have any
All the
comments?
controls there.
It is true. It is true.
Linda, do you have
No,
any
I don't
comments?
have any comments on
Okay.
dog stations.
Okay, so, you want to call the vote, please?
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Studo?
Yes.
Ms. Frankie?
Yeah.
Ms. Fogg?
Yes.
Mr. Madrono?
Yes.
Alright, next up on your list is holiday lighting. This is a budgeted item, so this is something that has already been put into the budget. The total amount there is $7,485. There is also a very detailed breakdown of what all is included in that in the packet as well. So this is just a standard item. We just want to get it on the plan.
Okay.
Where's that on?
Where is it in the packet?
If you scroll down in mine, it starts on page 25-ish. The bottom of its page is labeled 23, but if you, it's 25 in the physical document.
Is it Premier Austin?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
If you scroll down about 2 pages, there's a whole bunch of items listed in your invoice.
Did you update this today?
No, that's been in there since Monday.
Okay.
Are you gonna do any in Valente? Or no?
It's the same amount that was done last year.
Same places?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the wreath on the entranceway at El Solido. All those lights are not working, so nobody's gonna see it.
What do you mean by the lights are not?
The lights in the ground that shoot up.
Okay, we
they
can
don't
have
work.
MNC take a look at it before then.
Okay, so, can we, I think everybody's had a comment. Can we call the vote, please?
Sorry, my apologies.
I don't think
I
you made
lost
a
track. I don't
motion.
think there's a motion on the holiday
There-
lighting.
there
I
we
heard
wasn't
it.
a
No,
motion
Mackenzie
yet.
gave
Oh.
a dollar amount, but
Oh,
that
we
was
didn't
as
get
far as
there.
we
Okay,
got.
somebody make a motion, please.
It's 7,500.
7,485.
485. I make a motion for 7,485 for our Christmas lights to be taken care of by
Premier Austin.
Premier Austin.
Okay, can I have a second, please?
Second.
Okay, Art, do you have any questions? Linda?
Nope. Oh, wait, are they the same people who did it last year?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Megan?
Nope.
Okay, Beth, can we go ahead and call the vote?
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye. Okay,
Alright.
keep going.
All right, I have 2 more items. One of them is a program that we're encouraging all of our districts to sign up for. It's called the Texas Utility Help Program, and basically it provides assistance to homeowners and renters, one and the same. If you meet certain requirements and you are in need of assistance for your water bill, your energy bill, stuff like that. So it's just a program we would sign you up for, and it would allow for when your residents need assistance, whether when you sign up, if they have a past due balance, they automatically get help for that. And then obviously help moving forward if they end up needing help in the future. So we do all of the sign up process for you all. I provided the sign up sheet essentially, as well as the copy of their mailer and a copy of their flyer, so you can see what they can provide. These are all found on their website. The requirements for this is on that website as well. You can go to texasutilityhelp.com and do that. It won't cost you guys anything. We're just encouraging everyone to sign up for it.
But you need us to authorize?
Yes, because we
Okay.
can't sign the district up without.
Okay, so can
it's
I have a
great.
motion, please?
I'll motion.
Okay. Give me okay?
A motion for is it an acronym or just a?
It's Texas Utility Help is the name of it.
Okay.
Texas Utility Help. I motion that we sign up for the Texas Utility Help program.
Okay, can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Yeah, well, I'll second that.
Everybody's seconding
Yeah.
yours.
It's awesome.
Fogg, I heard her first.
Okay, so, Herb, Art, do you have any questions?
Where is it on?
Is it right here? See-
I'm trying to keep
In my
notes.
report, if you look at the paragraph for under billing, It's item 3.
Right, and then
It's highlighted.
No, I'm looking for it on the agenda.
It's in my general manager's report.
That's what I find.
Okay, did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, my questions are how are we going to,
Once we get
advertise this?
once we get you guys signed up, I believe that they will add both the mailer in your billing through AVR, so it'll be kind of similar to when you get your recycling one every year as an additional page. And we'll put something up on the website about it. I think that it would be good to have it under either the water wastewater page or billing page. We'll find a place to put it, and we'll put some information. We'll put some links to the website as well. And it's also going to be advertised on Infomark's homepage as well. So if somebody came to our homepage and you were signed up, they can go to it and type in their district to find out if their district has the ability.
Okay, but this is going to be then proactive on our part, meaning if we have a resident who's...
You can refer them to it. It'll be up to them to discuss with that program if they meet the requirements for the help, and then it goes from there.
Okay. Megan, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, and Beth?
I think it's fantastic that we're doing it.
Okay, can we all say aye?
Aye.
Okay. Keep going.
Last on my list is your annual CPI increase for Infomark. It is on page 19. If you're looking at the actual page numbers of the packet, it has the page number of 17 at the bottom of it, and it continues on to page 18/20. The total increase is a 4.047, which falls below the maximum 5% increase that can be instilled. It's a total of $2,110 monthly, and then it's a total of $25,326 annually, and that is your standard API that you get every year.
Okay. Do we have to approve it? It's just part of their contract, though.
It is
You
built-
approve it every year.
Yeah, it's built into their agreement, but I would encourage you to vote on it.
Okay, so, somebody want to make a motion? If not, I will.
Go for it.
Okay, I move that we approve the CPI in the Infomark's contract for
4.047%.
4.047%. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Okay. Beth, do you have any questions?
I don't.
Okay, Megan, do you have any questions?
No.
Refresh my memory, what is this thing based off of? Is it?
If you look down on the page, it actually gives you the exact graph on the Bureau of Labor Statistics that it comes from.
Okay.
They take the average of those two numbers. It's done with the same graph every year, and it's based off of the water and sewage maintenance graph that you can find on the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Okay. Linda, do you have any questions?
I do. I'm looking at page 18, and it looks like the new rates for all the vehicles and trucks and trailers and all that went up as well. I don't understand why we're voting on something that's contractually obligated, so.
It's been a standard practice that y'all voted on it every single year, and I think that it's a good standard to have, because what we'll do is we'll have Catherine sign this document as well.
If we vote, if the board didn't vote yes, that wouldn't affect the obligation of the contract. So, yeah, I don't see a purpose to vote on this.
So
And
these
you're not
rates on top
including
of
the
it,
rates.
Or they're included in
The rate increase.
Say that again, I'm sorry, y'all were talking at the same time.
Are these new rates included in this?
Yes,
5%?
so what'll happen is anytime, and you'll notice right now, your rate is not $29 for a utility truck. It's, I believe it's a little higher, so you'll notice in IPS when you look at your work orders, when you see their truck, it'll be notated at that amount.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. So your new annual base fee is over $500,000 at $651,158 plus new rates for the vehicles.
Correct, those vehicles
So-
are only billable on your time and materials
I
invoices.
understand. So already now, the last year, Infomark was at like 1.2, 1.4 million with all these extra fees and then all your 15% overhead charges and all that. So I'm guessing, without looking at hard numbers yet, it's going to be over $2 million a year for Infomark. That, I think, is excessive. That's just my opinion.
Okay, can we call the vote, please?
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Studo?
Yes.
Ms. Frankie?
Yes.
Ms. Cobb?
I'm abstaining.
Mr. Madrano?
Yes.
Ayes have it.
And that is all I had on my report, but I know Art's gonna ask me about water accountability. You're at 89% this month, and
Why are we at 80?
that's a good question. So I met with our new ops manager. We think we may have found an issue with the way that City of Cedar Park does your bills and the way that your effluent is calculated into that. And we think that the number is missing between the two for the purchased water versus sold water. So he's actually looking into that. And basically what that means is that you're showing the number on one side coming in, going out, but you're not showing it coming in. So it's not being accounted for somewhere. And that is basically all of the water you use for irrigation.
So we gotta reconcile the books, basically.
Yeah, because at this point, you've done everything you can to correct any issues in the district. So we're just gonna, one, double check with the City of Cedar Park that we know that their meters have been calibrated, so their meters are fine. The problem that we're trying to understand is in the past, they have basically shown zero usages on meters that they do have usage on, and we've shown usage, so we're gonna reconcile again, which we've done this in the past, and it wasn't an issue except for the second to last time I checked.
How many gallons are we off by?
Oh, gosh, I didn't pull that number for you, let me see if I have it. Don't know if I'm gonna have it on hand, but I can get it to you.
Okay, let's move on then.
Yep, that's all I got though. It did go up from last month, so that is a decent thing there, but, as far as 86, but you've gone up to 89.
Yeah.
So,
I just can't understand why we can't get back to the night.
Yeah.
That's exactly what my point was. And then last update I wanted to give was that your in-point purchase, which I've already stated, was supposed to be here between September and October, and unfortunately they informed us that it's pushed to November. So that will be an
Yay.
expense that was from last year's budget calculated into your new one.
Okay, so 10B, we have.
Wait, I have a question for her on her report. Your page 9, 12-month billing history revenue by category. I don't know what's wrong with this report, but it has never reached $200,000 in a month. It's always been below that. And this month, you're over $1 million in water collection.
That looks like
Water
the numbers
revenue?
just got fudged.
Wastewater revenue
She's on the
is
chart.
over
Yeah.
600,000.
Yeah, I'll get Reese to rerun that for you. It's not supposed to look like that. There's a calculation you put in for the chart to populate, and it probably just has an extra zero or
And nobody
something
checked
somewhere.
it.
Yeah.
This is for September.
Nobody checked it this month.
Okay, so 10B, we got a drought contingency issue.
Oh, so if you look, those are just additional lines that need to be deleted. September is next to it, which is what this is reporting off of. September is the one directly next to it to the left. Those three lines are not reporting anything. So they just, it's
So
not
it's
supposed to
just-
be there.
It's skewed the whole chart then.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
It just makes it look very small.
yeah, it skewed the chart, yeah. Okay, drought contingency
Good.
plan.
Where is that on the
Oh,
agenda?
10,
Oh,
10B.
I spoke to Suzanne about this one. You did have one. Bill Flickinger is the one who put it in place, but I don't think we had really given it much effort. I believe when this all happened, he kind of more or less just copied City of Cedar Parks because you're obligated to do what they do, so you do have a drought contingency plan. But I checked our files, we never received it. Suzanne was able to pull it from their drive and she sent it over, so you're good to go. There's no action needed. You do have a drought contingency plan.
Okay, but are we required to publicize something? That's really where I'm trying to go.
No, we'll put it on your district's website because you want it to be available for your residents to understand what the stages mean to them and what they can and can't do, but outside of that, there's no obligations.
Okay, got it. Okay, 10D.
What is 10D? I just closed it out.
Emergency installation of safety windows.
Okay, so I don't know if we want to go into how much detail about this one. You're aware of it, Catherine?
Yeah.
Of an incident that happened here at the office. And I know that you all are aware in the past we had asked to install a payment window on the outside of the building via one of the windows, and it was pretty unsightly cost. So due to the recent event, we've already enacted with the contractor to begin pulling together a proposal to put in a payment window right here on the inside of the building next to this door. This door will be changed out into a metal door just like the rest in the building, so it's not glass and it's not a half door basically.
Okay.
And the payment window will be installed directly next to it. It will be one that you can speak through and has a bottom slot, and then there will also be basically a roll down window installed on the other side to provide privacy if the office is closed and we want to close that so the window isn't just viewable straight into the office. But this will basically allow for whomever is here to be safe and protected, because we had an incident recently where an Infomark employee was attacked by a resident. So, due to that incident, we've moved forward with this.
Okay, and before the plan, we were looking at putting the window to the outside. Now it's going to be on the inside, so.
It'll be inside, so this door will be unlocked for residents to come
But
in, but
it's
they
gonna
would
be-
go to the payment window and the door will remain closed.
Yeah, so we're coming up with a less expensive security.
Essentially.
Okay. And, okay, so then 10E, we have security
I
camera.
have questions about 10D.
Okay.
So that's, now I'm hearing there was an incident, and who was called?
What do you mean?
I mean, did you notify anybody?
Yes, I did. I notified Catherine, I notified Zach, we called the sheriff's office, 911 was called.
Okay. And I understand it was a very, very elderly lady in the
I'm going to
neighborhood.
discourage the board and your consultants from discussing names.
I'm not
or-
saying
or
any
any
names.
identifying information, just want to put that out there.
I want to make sure that the Department of Health and Human Services or Department of Aging was called. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm sure you'll agree it is not common for somebody that elderly to be playing fisticuffs with employees of Infomark or anybody else. And if we haven't done that, then we are not taking care of that problem.
Well, to be frank with you, it was not fisticuffs. The resident attacked an Infomark employee out of her own will. There was no
Again,
incitement
I
of
wasn't
that.
here, it doesn't even matter, but I'm saying.
You were here in the parking lot.
But I wasn't in here to witness what happened inside. So, and I don't care what happened on the inside, other than I think if this elderly lady has an issue that needs to be addressed, there is some responsibility to make a phone call so that it can be evaluated. Because
So then
if
my
not,
question would be, have you called? Because you were.
I didn't witness.
You were here the day that it happened.
I didn't witness the incident. I pulled up in the driveway.
I have no
after.
further comments for you, Linda. No, we
Well,
have not
then-
called, and no, we
then-
will not call.
Then it was not handled properly.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you can modify anything you want. Your contract allows you to modify the office with the board approval, but Infomark gets to pay for it.
Actually, in this case, we don't, because it's a health and safety issue for our employee in the office.
I don't think your contract reads like
Yes,
that.
it does.
It's been verified.
Oh, I'll have to double check that.
Okay, so do we need to,
If
okay,
it's that the
Yeah, she's
safety
just
and health of our
Just
employee,
getting
it is.
proposals right now.
Okay.
Something to vote on.
okay, so 10 East, security.
Oh,
cameras.
yeah, I don't have an update on that one. I'm waiting on a proposal. We're gonna get a security camera put in the office.
Got it, okay.
Yeah, I will. As soon as we
Well,
get the proposal.
You won't need it. You won't need
As
it.
soon as we get the proposal, and it'll be in the next board.
Never
doc.
mind.
Okay, 11, agenda, committees, parks, what do we got, okay, 11,
You already did that.
no, we got number 2, security issues at London Lane Pond.
I can talk about that.
Okay.
I think we need to have more security out there at night, out there at London Lane Park. We've had residents that have, and I live in that area, so people are asking me a lot of questions about it, but we have people that are non-residents, teenagers especially, that are hanging out there, unfortunately are doing all kinds of drugs in there. And we are kids are picking up condoms the next day. So this is not it's turning into, during the day, it's a place for the dogs. And at night, it has become a little party place. And so I think that we need to talk to security about.
About doing, okay, so that sounds
Yeah.
like, it sounds like something for the security committee to take up then, okay.
By the next board, right? Because
Well.
it's pretty much done here.
Yeah, okay. So, so you're just asking that we have some attention at this location?
Yeah, there's a lot of neighbors there that aren't happy with what's going on because you got a lot of cars that are parked there late at night. And you got trucks that are teenage trucks, that are racing up and down on there on London
Can we
Lane
get the
too.
sheriff to come up here?
Well, that's what we're talking about, is our security committee should be working on that.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Okay, B, Information Management Committee.
We don't have anything.
Okay. Okay, and we've just talked about the need for the security. D, the Stormwater Waste Management Committee.
We don't have anything to report this month. You'll see your presentation in your December meeting. We always do it the 30 minutes before your regular scheduled meeting time. The Stormwater Committee met, and other than authorizing TPDS to prepare the annual report, which we do the preparation and then we send it off, but Suzanne took the minutes for our Stormwater Committee meeting. That's really all it is. Zach, is there anything additional that they need to do?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, we've already done agenda item 12. The next board meeting is the 16th, and that'll be after the next election, so we will be seating a new, part of that meeting will be seating a new board members. What else is going to be happening, Zach?
So you'll canvass your election results, appoint your new directors.
Just so people know, the old board comes one more time.
That's correct. You have to have, for canvas, I mean, we're going to wrap it into your full agenda. You only have to have 2 people actually for a quorum to canvass your election results under the election code, oddly. But it's going to, I don't make the rules, I just report them. But anyway, that'll be part of your regular meeting, so.
So you'll take care of all of those, because there's going to be a whole bunch of things.
There's going to be a laundry list of items you'll see on there as far as, oaths of office, statements of officers, updating your district registration form. It'll be a lot.
Okay, so.
I just making sure, because I heard people tonight say, thank you, Catherine and Art, but they really will be here one more time.
One more time.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're coming as a, like a Mike Pence kind of thing?
Yeah.
Let's hope there's not an insurrection.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything more other than somebody to adjourn the meeting.
I have a future agenda item.
Okay, a future agenda item?
Public information request processing, billing, and the public's complaints about that process. Get that, Zach?
Say that again?
Public information request processing, billing, and the public's complaints about that.
Okay. So let me make a motion to shut the meeting down.
Make a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn. I'll second that. All of us say aye.